All right. Let's see. Howdy, everyone. This is an update from Great Lakes Weather. I'm actually just watching the weather myself right now, so I'm actually going to go live because there is a storm that I'm watching right from where I'm at right now that is up in Michigan. Let's get to the radar at the current moment. There are some storms moving in. These storms are not severe, but they do show some interesting dynamics on radar, which I wanted to investigate here live on this update here. And then also I might take a look at the latest models coming up for later on Saturday. I won't be here to chase that, and unfortunately, but I will be down in southern Ohio during that time, so I might be able to get something in on Sunday night in the Ohio Valley. We'll see. But this cluster of thunderstorms is moving not super quickly. If I can get off the station map here and get a look, east-southeast at 27 knots, not terribly fast, but they will be entering Kalamazoo County at about 9 p.m. and that's where I am at the current present time, which means I'll be able to get a look at those as they move into the area. I want to look at the velocity because this was showing some rotation on radar previously, and the rotation is still evident there. It's very loose and not very well defined, but it does exist on radar. Today's event really just came out of nowhere. Some ingredients came together at just the right moment, and the HRRR model actually did show some of these little pop-up showers and thunderstorms developing today, and it also shows some more thunderstorms tomorrow evening as well. I won't be here for those storms, and the storms in this area are not expected to be severe, but there is a marginal risk for severe weather off to the west of the Michigan area tomorrow. So these storms are moving onto the lake at the current moment. There's already some heavy rain, likely even some hail in the St. Joseph area. I wonder if anyone is seeing any of that at the current moment. I might take a little look at TweetDeck at the moment to see what is popping over there, see if anyone's getting some shots of the storm as it's moving into the area. They got a shelf cloud near Grand Rapids. NWS Grand Rapids just published a view of the shelf cloud that is coming off to the just a couple minutes ago. Current updates showed pretty much the same thing. Not really anything popping up from spotters other than the cumulonimbus clouds that are to my south and also to my west. I've been seeing some of those pop-up storms across the area here. Let's get a look at let's take a look at the velocity again. Latest update. That rotation's pretty good now. I'm going to want to watch that rotation that is currently over the lake. Like right there on that portion of the storm right there, there's a little bit of rotation with this setup. Got 3 chasers on the ground in Van Buren based on the spotter network. Yep, but these clusters of thunderstorms are going to move through this evening. Some of them could reach severe levels. There's a marginal risk for severe weather. Let me show you that real quick. Let me pull up the Storm Prediction Center's website. These storms are currently, though, not packing anything severe at the current, which issued out over the lake. But here's what the Storm Prediction Center is showing for that current storm setup. It's not a big setup. It's more of a damaging wind threat, and just some of the dynamics are in place for some supercells that are moving through the area. Looking at latest on TweetDeck, Storm Prediction Center has updated that they will probably not be issuing a watch for this. Understandable, it's not really that big of a storm event that is taking place. Let's zoom in on this cell here. Still rotation on the southwestern side. You can see it right there. I'll show you again. So if anyone is interested in what these colors mean right here, so the center of the station that we're getting the radar from is right here in Grand Rapids, and this red is indicating winds going away from the storm cell itself, and the green is indicating winds going towards the station itself. So where you see those coming together is where you have your rotation within the storm, and this is definitely a supercell thunderstorm beyond a shadow of a doubt. You can see that pretty clearly on the radar indicating that. Looking at latest weather reports from people, nothing new it looks like at the current moment. Marginal magic. I don't think that's going to necessarily be the case. Yep, still showing that on radar. As this thing approaches, I'm probably going to make my way a little bit to the south and maybe a little bit to the west to get a better view of the storm. But it is heading right in my direction at the current moment, and it's probably going to be still a little bit of light outside by the time this storm reaches my area, which means I'll be able to get a chance to look at it, and that'll be nice. A lot of lightning with these, so it's going to be kind of a noisy passage of these storms. They do appear to be intensifying. Let me look at the measures of the Cape values on the current models. So we're going to go to the HRRR model real quick. I have to go to Pivotal Weather for this. Alright, let's take a look at this real quick. So we're going to go to the HRRR because that's really the model that's showing these storms developing and progressing. I want to get to our current time frame. Let's zoom in on our state, Michigan. We're going to go to the reflectivity. Right now it is 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock is right here, and we kind of have a similar setup, except this model is showing the storm over Kalamazoo County right now, and it is definitely over the lake. So it's a little bit of a change, but we'll get a sounding ahead of the storm. Cape values of 1,500. You got temperatures 85. Dew points of about 65. Not really much inhibiting convective inhibition in the atmosphere. So definitely a marginally severe storm potential. Not really looking at a tornado for this at all. The damaging winds do appear to be a threat with this setup. Rotation's still there. It looks more of a mesocyclone type of deal now. It's broad, very, very broad. It's not tight in any way, shape, or form. Let's see. Yep, not really looking like anything too significant on radar, but it is showing some. Now, this pink area right here indicates some places for potential hail development. So near Benton Harbor, you might be seeing a little bit of hail. Eau Claire, Berrien Springs, these places that are the storm's currently moving into could see a little bit of pea-sized hail with this. Now, the storm track is projecting that it is going in this general direction. So Pokagon, Cassopolis, Dowagiac, maybe a little bit of hail. Nothing that's really worth getting under too much concern for. I want to see if there's any statements issued by the National Weather Service real quick. Let's take a look. This is much needed rain for a lot of people, so it's something to be grateful for. It looks like it's going to stay together as it progresses east-southeast at about 30 knots. Moving in to the Van Buren area at the current present moment. Yep. Hail report, pea-sized, right near that area. Probably that's an expectation. Running out the scope, you can really see this is a very isolated event. This is really all that's developed in this area. And again, the risk for this is very marginal Like, we're just in a little bubble of marginal risk right here. Most southwestern portion of Michigan is under the marginal risk. And then general thunderstorms ahead of that in the backside. Current conditions out where I'm at, it's cloudy. That's definitely for sure. But really the reason why that is because of the dynamics in the atmosphere. Let's take a look at that real quick. Current dynamics at 8 p.m. So what you have here, you have Cape values of about 1,500, which is enough to produce thunderstorms, marginal severity, with some potential of damaging wind gusts. But look at how these winds are set up here. So here you have at the surface, the red line you see here. This indicates that the winds are going out of the south. So the south winds are driving that warm, moist air in at the surface, which actually it's not super moist. There is some dry air that's kind of mixing in, which is really what was a playing a factor in, okay, how many storms we're going to see develop. So it was a very isolated incident. There are good dynamics, good wind fields, good wind dynamics for this setup. You have southerlies at the surface. At the mid layer, you have southwesterly winds, and then at the top, you have westerlies. So as those clouds, as that updraft forms and those clouds begin to form, you're going to see the high clouds drift off farther to the east because you have strong winds aloft that is pushing all that moisture off to the east. So that's why you're seeing the updraft cloud form, and then at the very top, you can see those clouds starting to push eastward ahead of the given storm. That is due to this setup that we have here. Photographs should not show anything worth being concerned about. St. Joe, though, does show that severe setup. And that photograph does look interesting in that area. Let's get a box sounding. Marginal severe potential all across. Yep, definitely showing those storms popping up on radar. Let's see what the latest forecast update shows here. Storms are entering Van Buren County. Now there's a bunch of mumble-jumbled bits and pieces of rotation in the storm here and there. Not going to produce anything. Also got some popping up cumulonimbus clouds to the south in Colon, Burr Oak. Those areas probably seeing maybe some rain and maybe some rumbles of thunder. Just with some little pop-up showers here and there. But this is heading in this direction. Not severe at the current moment. Not really showing great severe potential either. But really the chance of thunderstorms was low until later today when the newer models came out and we've determined, oh, there's actually going to be some storms popping up in the area today. Crazy how quickly things can change around here. So, howdy, welcome to the stream. Currently, you have some showers and thunderstorms moving through parts of Berrien and Van Buren counties in southwestern Michigan. Nothing else really happening in the area. Severe thunderstorm warning just issued for Cass County and Berrien County for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Will there be storms in Longville, Minnesota this weekend? Yes. In fact, you guys have a pretty good risk for some severe storms. That's in Longville. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. I want to get a look at this severe thunderstorm real quick. Yep, severe thunderstorm warning for Cass County, Berrien County. So these storms are moving at approximately 30 miles per hour, moving east 30 miles per hour. So if you're in the path of that storm, I'd recommend seeking some shelter. Anywhere in the yellow box outlined could see some severe wind gusts from this. All right, so Minnesota. Let's take a look at that real quick. So tornado threat 4. All right, so when you guys are really expecting to see severe weather in Minnesota. So southern Minnesota, southeastern Minnesota is under an enhanced risk for severe storms. Really looking like a damaging wind threat. There's going to be quite a bit of instability in the atmosphere. Yep, there's going to be quite a bit of heating, deep layer shear, and quite a few ingredients coming together. Pretty good for the setup west of Lake Michigan. On the eastern half, it looks like the instability won't be strong enough, but it does appear. Any storms for Lapeer County tonight? Lapeer County. Let me take a look real quick. So Lapeer County. I think you should not really see anything for Lapeer County, Michigan at the current tonight. So I think you should be A-okay. It's really just, at least you're not going to see anything that's severe. You might see maybe a little bit of rain if you're lucky, but the chance for you guys seeing rain is low. Really the big event, or the event in general, is going to stay in the southwestern portion of Michigan. It looks like a lot of the energy with the storms focusing on the southern portion where that severe thunderstorm warning was just issued. Get a look at the velocity chart real quick. You wonder if you're in the enhanced risk. So Longville, Minnesota. Let me investigate that real quick. Let's take a look. Longville, Minnesota. Okay, there we are. Let's check real quick. All right, Longville is in the north central portion. Let me compare that to the graph. Ooh, you're more along the lines of the marginal risk. If the enhanced and slight risk really stays off to the south, but again, this could really more expand later on as you head off farther to the east, or as we get closer to the event. But right now it looks like you guys are just you're not in a really significant risk area. Alright, I don't think this storm will have a ton of strength for long. Let's get to... get a look here at reflectivity again. Looks like a pretty strong storm. Progressing southeast. I may leave to chase this thing a little bit in a couple minutes. When is sundown? I need to check when sundown is. I may go into chase mode in a minute. Sunset is at 9:13. Honestly, I still might just wait to go after this storm. No problem. Glad to be of assistance. Glad I could help with your figuring out where you're going to be at Saturday. I'll probably do a video about that later tonight. Yeah, and maybe about more potential threats later on. Looks like quite a bit of rainfall, maybe even some hail falling in Hartford, Michigan, or just has fallen. Let's check TweetDeck real quick. Let's see what's happening. Yep, severe thunderstorm warning. Yep. Strong wind, small hail. Looking like the threat here. 46-mile-per-hour wind gusts recorded from the storm. That's not severe. Severe would be greater than 58 miles per hour. I don't think these will stay strong for too long. I want to actually go to NWS Detroit and investigate that tornado that happened earlier. Or is it Lansing? It might be. Let me check. Local Forecast Office of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Event summaries. Nothing. I heard there was a tornado up near Lansing. Wasn't there? Let's investigate real quick. Climate and past weather, event summaries. Yep. Alright. July 20th, 2022. Severe weather event. Storm reports. Oh, this was from yesterday. So yeah, here's a severe weather report from yesterday. So all the different storm reports that took place. No tornado reports, but a lot of wind damage, some hail with that tornado warned storm that was going through yesterday as well. It doesn't look like a confirmed tornado from that just yet. Here's a load up of the radar of that whole event. Yeah, so that storm pretty much developed everywhere to the east of western Michigan, well, so eastern Michigan, and it spanned across a large portion of eastern Michigan up into Ontario. They had some big storms there, and then we had some additional storm development in northern Ohio from the event yesterday as well. And then this event that's happening right now actually just appeared like just a few hours ago, according to the Storm Prediction Center. They just released the information that this was happening. So anyway, severe thunderstorm warning continues for Berrien and Cass County. I think I'm going to sign off here. Maybe go out and do a little bit of chasing of the storm. So just make sure to keep checking on the radar and the latest information, and I will go and investigate this thing. So you guys enjoy the remainder of your evening, and I will see you all later.